good evening, good, wherever you are. I know we're all over the world. So welcome here, welcome here. We'll give it a few more minutes to let a few more people pour in, but excited to be here in our first performance master class. Welcome here, everybody. Hey, while you're here and while we're waiting, jump into the chat and say where you are from. I'd love to know where everybody is from and where they're joining us from today to be leveled up in some ways in the game of real estate. So share with me where you're from. And by the way, I am in a small little beach town called Crescent Beach, just outside of Vancouver, if you're wondering where I am broadcasting from today. So Crescent Beach is my home. So where is your home? Love to hear from you. Where are you at? Marie, can people check in or write in the chat? I'm not sure.
They are posting in the Q&A, so we can see Connecticut, Panama,
Excellent.
Vancouver Island.
Excellent. Connecticut. Yeah, there, Panama. Right on. Awesome. Fantastic. Fort Myers. Love it. Love it. All over the continent. It's great. Chilliwack, Vancouver, Weatherford. Well, this is awesome. We've got, I don't know, some 45 minutes, 30 to 45 minutes we're going to run today. So we're really excited about this. I'm excited about this anyways, and we'll get this kicked off here shortly. While we're waiting for everybody to pop on, a couple of great books I've been reading, and one that's really caught my attention, and I just absolutely love it. It's called Shine, Shine by Gino Wickman. And by the way, in the Performance Masterclass, we are going to have a book club as well. So if you're into reading good books and you've got a good book that we should be thinking about for the book club, I'd love for you to write it in the Q&A as well. But Gino Wickman is the son of Floyd Wickman. And if you've been in real estate as long as I have, Floyd Wickman will ring a bell. He was a top, awesome trainer way back in the day and just a master at helping agents level up. And his son Gino went off to do great things. But Gino also worked with Floyd in his business. But Gino's gone off to create what's called the entrepreneur way of doing business. And in this book, Shine, he talks about finding your true self. We as entrepreneurs, most of us are entrepreneurs. In fact, we're all entrepreneurs. We are wired a little bit different than the rest of the world. And so finding your true self as an entrepreneur is sometimes a challenge because we're so busy, so active in the way we do things that we sometimes miss other things in life. So Gino's book on Shine really helps bring that around. And what I love about it is his 10-year thinking. I'm sure many of you have goals. And by the way, while we're talking about goals, I write my goals on money. And we'll get into that too in the months to come. My goals, my why is all on money because money is an emotional piece and we need to tie things emotionally. But Gino talks about planning out the next 10 years and then reverse engineering it. So I'm really excited about that as well to share from Shine some of the things that I'm learning there as well. Well, it is 10:04. Let's kick this off and get our first session of the Performance Masterclass underway. And I'm really excited to be here. I'm going to be sharing a deck here shortly, but it's just an honor to be coaching and representing not only Recess, but the world of real estate. And I'm just thrilled to be the coach in the Performance Master Class. So let me share my deck and we'll get going on today as the inaugural session of the Performance Master Class. And if I could just get a thumbs up from somebody that they can see this deck, I'm pretty sure they can. Marie, can you see the deck?
Yeah, it's coming through.
Awesome. Well, this, as I said, is the beginning of the Performance Master Class. And of course, with that, we have to create a foundation. We have to find a foundation or a starting point for us all to come together and kick it off. And there's nothing more important to me than a great foundation. But a little bit about myself before I get started. I've been around for 30 years selling real estate. This business has done so much for me, and I'm just so honored to be part of the real estate industry. I've just been blessed by it in so many ways. I've done it all from individual agent to running a team to owning a brokerage, 7,000 plus sales in my career at this point. A lot of that has been done by myself. There's years that I would sell 150 plus homes a year. So I know what it's like to be in the trenches, and I want to be here for each and every one of you and help you find wherever you want to be in your business. Top 50 in the world with a couple different companies. Past 20 years, I've been coaching and mentoring a lot of agents. I've taken rookies from 0 to 40 and 50 deals. So I know what it's like to be a rookie and how to help rookies. And then, of course, taking teams into that next level, whatever that looks like. I run a podcast. And by the way, this is really, really important for us all in real estate. The Return on Life podcast. It's not always about the ROI, the return on investment. It's about creating a life that you love and that you want to have. And we're going to do that through this as well, through the Performance Masterclass. And the last piece is I've been part of something called Realtor Collective. And Realtor Collective is in conjunction with Recess on this. Really excited to share these two platforms, so to speak. And what Realtor Collective has really been about is bringing top producing agents and up and coming agents onto a platform where they can share with their colleagues and collaborate and share how they are winning in real estate and how they're finding success. See, it's the past that allows us to live the future. The past allows us to understand and live the future. And if people have gone before us, why wouldn't we not want to know their past? Because the past really helps us. So we put top producers and up and comers on the stage to share how they're doing business, how they're having success in real estate. And so that's what we hope to do here as well. We're looking for other great agents in the Recess platform to be part of this program as well, where you're sharing, where you're participating, where you're collaborating and bringing great value to the rest of our community. And so with that, I want to tear into who this is for. This is for everyone. And by the way, I've been all of these agents. And so I like to share these homes to give you an idea who this is for. And it's really for everybody that wants to lean in and grow and level up. And of course, this is just a cute house out in the middle of nowhere. It's a little overgrown. It's this and that. That could be you in your business. You're maybe brand new to the game of real estate. You're the fixer-upper, so to speak. You're starting out. And this is the place for you. We want to create an environment that is perfect for you, that you can learn and grow. So that's for the newbies, so to speak, or the people that are just starting out or just trying to find traction in this business. Or this might be you. You've got it all figured out. You've got the perfect plan. Everything's working really, really, really well. But what if we just move a painting, a beautiful piece of art onto a specific wall? It just changes the way this home is going to look and feel. Maybe that's your business. Maybe there's one little tweak that would change your business and allow you to have more time to yourself. See, that was me years and years ago. I was drowning. I didn't have enough time to even think. And I changed a couple things, and I found that I could get 30% of my time back with just a little tweak. Maybe that's you. So if that's you and you want to lean in, this is the place for you. And then there's this. Things are a bit messy, a bit run down. Maybe you've neglected some things in your real estate business. And I'm calling it a business, not a career. I hope you heard that. A business. I want to create a business in your world where you don't have the highs and the lows, because that's a career. I want you to have a business that you can count on income every month. That is my hope, my dream, my goal for you being part of the Performance Masterclass. So if this is you, you're in the right place. You're definitely in the right place. And then there's this house. Perfect on the outside. absolutely perfect. The pool, the palm tree, the this, the that. But we know that it's not always perfect on the inside. And again, I can say this has been me. I've looked like I've got my business all dialed in, yet my P&L statement, and if you know what a P&L statement is, profit and loss, I was hemorrhaging in areas because I wasn't paying attention. This could also be you. I want you to feel that this is the place for you to learn too, and lean in and understand. And then the last, hey, this is just a fun and a great place to go and hang out on the weekends. Maybe you're a weekend warrior. Maybe you're a part-time agent that you're looking to level up and take it a little bit more serious and add more value to the clients that you're working with. This is also the right place for you. Now, maybe in the chat, just chime in with where you're at. That might be a good way for you to share where you're at in your business, and love to see where you're at when it comes to your business, not your career, your business. So if you want, jump in there and chat. So let's kick it off here. This is really what it's about today. And this is about what the Performance Masterclass coaching program is all going to be about to start with. We have to set the foundation of what we're doing. We have to set your foundation. We have to help with your foundation. And it really comes down to trust and accountability. See, trust is everything. Trust defines who you are, who you trust. It's in every relationship. It's in every business transaction. It's in every decision you make. There isn't a day that goes by that you don't have a trust question in your head. In fact, we all have this. Every one of us has a trust meter. Every time we meet somebody, we are determining where we trust this individual. And that trust meter could be different for you, could be different for the next person, but whatever scoring system you have a trust meter. My trust meter is 0 to 10. Every time I meet somebody, I'm going, where does this person fall in my trust meter? Where's my trust meter now? Every decision I make, whether it be in business or even personal, I am basing it on what I believe myself, my own trust meter on myself is. Every client I meet, they're asking me in their own mind, do we trust Randy? Where is he falling on the trust meter? And I have a whole program around this, where whether you're the chosen or the chump, and we'll get into that in the months to come. But trust is everything. And the best way to find out if you can trust somebody is to trust them. Ernest Hemingway Hope. So for the next 20 or 30 minutes, I'm asking you to trust in me, to walk through this and bring value to you. So let's check out our trust meter. Let's see how that is. Are you ready with the keyboard? Because I'm going to have an exercise for you to see what your trust meter is telling you right now. When you see this slide, what is your trust meter telling you right now? If that was you in the water with the great white shark, what would your trust meter be? Would it be a 0? Come on, type it in. Would it be a 0? Would it be a 3? Would it be a 10? What would it be if this was you staring at that shark? What would it be? For me, I'm going to tell you, it might be as high as a 3, which you're probably going, a 3? I wouldn't be in the water with that shark. But here's the deal. I love risk adventure. I love experiencing new things. And maybe that's why I've broken 19 bones in my body over the course of my life. But anyways, I think I would give it a go. You know, if somebody else went in first and they came out alive, I'd probably jump in and go, well, if they lived, I would probably live as well. So that would be my trust meter. How about on this picture, this slide? What is your trust meter telling you here? Is it low? Is it high? What is your trust meter telling you? Type it in. What is your trust meter telling you on this one? See, my trust meter on this one is an absolute 10. An absolute 10. You know why? Because this is me, this is myself and my twin brother. My twin brother, Gerald, is on the screen to the left, and I'm on the right, according to my screen anyways. And so this gives me a high level of trust. You know, we rolled around in my mother's womb for 9 months after being conceived, hugging, punching, kicking, scrapping, kissing each other. And then about 9 months in, I said to my twin brother, Jer, I said, hey, knock, knock. I am going to go and check out the slide of life. Trust me on this. I'll let you know if it's worthy of coming out. So down the slide of life, I went, whoosh. I came out. What did I do? I cried, wah, which was a sign that, hey, it's a-okay, Jer, come on out. And down came Jer out of the slide of life as well. So trust is such a big piece, and we all have this trust meter going on. But here's where I want to go with trust. Trust is really about you. Do you trust yourself? Yeah. What is your internal trust meter about yourself? And trust is really about these things. And you need to determine what your trust meter is. Your trust meter needs to be exceptionally high for you to do real estate well. Let me say that again. If you don't trust in yourself, you're not going to be a great agent. And there's ways for us to build our own trust meter and build it up. But trust is such an important piece of who we are. We already said this, it's every relationship, decisions, everything we do, but we need to trust ourselves as well. And if we don't trust ourselves, others will see that and they won't trust us. So this is really, really important. And I define trust like being timely. Are you timely? Are you always showing up on time for yourself? For yourself, not for others, but for yourself first, then others. Are you reliable? Can people count on you? Super important. Can you count on yourself? Can you count on yourself? Are you bringing useful information to others, or are you providing useful information even for yourself? And this is really important. Success is one thing. We all want success, but I think what we really want is to create significance in the world. Are you a person of significance to others? Are you bringing value to others in a significant way? And then last, of course, is tenaciousness. Are you tenacious in what you do? Because if you do all of these, your trust meter should be screaming at a high, high level. So trust is really important. Now you're kind of thinking, I came here to learn about real estate. Why are we talking about trust? Well, every transaction, every deal, every relationship has trust in it, including the relationship that you have with yourself. So super, super important. And so there's one other component that trust can really, really be built upon. And this is super, super important about real estate. And on two sides of this coin, one side is trust. And what's on the other side? The other side is accountability. Accountability. Accountability is the key to trusting yourself, but it's also the key to having success in real estate. And I think this is an art that is lost, the accountability of that. And when you bring trust and accountability together, they actually work hand in hand. You can't be trustworthy if you're not accountable to things, and you can't be accountable if you don't have trust. So they're really one of the same, much like these two trees, then the birds flock from tree to tree. This is who you are in life. Accountability in one tree and trust in the other, or trust and accountability on either side of that coin. So accountability is this. This is my idea of what accountability is. Accountability is what separates the dreamers from the doers. Are you a dreamer or are you a doer? It's about taking responsibility for your daily action and caring enough about your future to make things happen daily, which is why we're starting out with the accountability as our cornerstone, as our foundation to this course, the Performance Masterclass here at Recess. See, without this, nothing else will work. I can give you all the tools, all the resources, all the training, but if you're not going to hold yourself accountable and trust in who you are, nothing's going to land. Nothing's going to actually take traction or grow. And so this is why we're starting here. So we have an accountability checklist that we're going to be sending out to you on a daily basis, on a weekly basis, on a monthly basis, on a yearly basis. And every day, you're going to be asked, if you're part of this class, to be engaged. How did you do today? And through these series of 25 questions, and we'll go through these 25 questions here in a bit, through these 25 questions, we're going to be able to measure your accountability on a daily, weekly, monthly, and yearly basis. In fact, we're so excited about this, and we think this is so important for your business. And by the way, why do I know this works? Because I've done this with my team for over 20 years. And when the accountability is held to them on a daily, weekly, monthly basis, success falls all over the agents that lean in and show that they're accountable. Now, do you have to do every one of these every day? No, not possible. In fact, if you did every one of these, I don't know who you are. You must be Superman or super agent. That is unbelievable, because I've never been able to accomplish all 25 of these in a day. But if you can answer 14 yeses to these questions on a daily basis, you're going to have a super successful year, super successful week, month, year. See, what I found is that if you can answer 14 or 15 of these questions on a consistent basis as a yes, you're way above average of the average agent. And so average is not very hard to beat in this game of real estate. So I want you to have a business that is sustainable, that is consistent, that is always giving you commissions and income and joy and return on life. And it all starts with trusting yourself and holding yourself accountable. So let's roll through these questions fairly quick. I'm going to do an entire program in a series on these questions. Each one we're going to dive in quite deeply. Some of them are really basic, like really basic. But here's the deal. Many don't do this on a daily basis. Many of these don't even do it on a weekly basis. And so here is the secret sauce. Here's the magic that makes it happen. So I'm going to roll through these real quick. If there's questions, please type them into the Q&A. I think Maria is watching the Q&A, so interrupt me if I need to be interrupted, Marie. If
Will
not,
do.
keep rolling. What's that, Marie?
Will do. I'm watching it.
Awesome. Awesome. So were you dressed for success by 8 a.m.? Did you look pretty? Did you smell good by 6 a.m., 6 days a week? People, this is a job, and we don't treat it like a job. If you were punching a clock, if somebody was managing many of us agents, we wouldn't have a job. We would have been fired because of our consistency of showing up. Were you dressed for success at 8 a.m.? Now, success and dress can mean many different things to each and every one of you, but dress for success in the clients that you're working with. And today, yeah, I'm dressed for success. I am looking sharp and ready to do whatever I do. This is just who I am. You might be something else, but dressed for success and ready to rock and roll. Do you speak your whys and your goals out loud? And earlier on, I shared that I've got my goals and my why that I write actually on money. This is a $100 Canadian bill. And so I write my why and my goals on money. And I put that money in my pocket, and each and every day I pull out that dollar or that $100 bill and I read them out loud to myself, just to know, am I grounded in my why and in my goals? Really important. We'll get into that much more detail. Were you engaged in work related to real estate by 8:30 a.m.? Were you up and at it? I know you smell good, you look good by 8, but were you actually actively working by 8:30? These are easy yeses or nos. You don't have to get them all. But what I'm saying is if you can score 14 plus more of these 25 questions, you're going to have an above average day in real estate. Did you work on your real estate skills for 15 minutes today? Did you watch videos, listen to a podcast, audio books, whatever it may be? Guys, my office, my vehicle is the University of Real Estate. I've always got something going on to listen to something that just helps me think of something that I might be able to use in my next appointment, might lift me up, it might give me some energy, whatever it is, like 15 minutes, just skill up for 15 minutes a day. It's going to be incredible how the compounding effect of 15 minutes a day will change your life. Scripts, presentations, market knowledge, all of these help you when you bump into an unexpected client, when you weren't ready to present, when you were on the street and somebody asked you a question about the next best coffee shop down the street, whatever it is, you're always prepared because these are always circulating throughout your mind. And you know the market knowledge, you have the market stats deep within your mind. Super, super important. Did you review yesterday's activity and then bring it forward? So important. I don't know about you, but I often don't get to my entire to-do list, my tasks, my calls, and I got to keep bringing them forward. And because I bring them forward, success happens. Way back before there was the ease of our smartphones and all this, I remember I bumped into a lawyer and I asked him how he keeps track of all his cases and all his files. And he says, well, I have a file forward program. I go, what's a file forward program? Well, I have every one of my clients' files or all my cases I'm working on, and I have them all in a file drawer, and I pull out the file and I work on that file, and then I put it to the back, if it can go to the back. If it needs more work, I put it behind the next one because I'll have to come back to it. And he just kept moving files from the front to the back, dealt with it, moved it to the back. This is what we're doing with making sure our activities are up to date and we're accomplishing things before the day gets started. Really super important. Did you create a structured plan for your day, including preparations for meetings and making sure that you are on time? I don't know how I can stress this enough. One of the easiest things that you can do to look incredibly smart, incredibly professional, is to show up on time. In fact, I would say this, every meeting, you should be at least 15 minutes early, and you should be reviewing what you're going to be discussing, sharing, or going through in that meeting. You will look like Einstein versus not Einstein. This will help you prepare and create, because if you just roll in, and especially if you're late, you're going to be missing something. And by the way, when people are late for me, man, I lose respect for them. They're not respecting my time. They're not respecting me. So be early, be prepared, spend 15 to 20 minutes prior to the meeting, just preparing yourself, and you'll be seen as a much more competent and smarter agent, and somebody that maybe they've never had as an agent showing up on time. Very, very important. Did you engage in work related to real estate at least 8 hours? Gosh, like this is a full-time job. Get with it, stay with it, do it. I was always shocked, when I started way back. I remember going into the office at 8 or 8:30 at the latest, and I'd be going, where is everybody? Where? And they would show up at 10:30, 11 o'clock. They put in a soft hour. Soft hour. That means, walking the office, water cooler chat. Oh, now it's lunch. Then they go for lunch. Then they come back, and then they put in some work till maybe 3 or 4 o'clock, and then disappear again. So I would stay to the office till 5 or 6, because everything in my power, everything in my being was, how do I make an appointment for myself today or tomorrow? Everything was about how do I create an appointment? And that meant that I was there till dinner time working to get an appointment. Come on, put in a solid 8-hour day. That's not that hard. Put in a solid 8-hour day. Conversations. This is where it all happens. If we're not having conversations about real estate, why would anybody want to have us as their agent? We need to be creating 10 conversations around real estate. Another yes, no question. It's very easy. Every day, are you having 10 conversations? Because those conversations turn into appointments, which turn into deals. 10 conversations. And then prospect for at least 2 hours. This is the most important thing. This is the one thing that we all need to do as real estate agents is prospect, prospect, prospect. Without prospects, we have no reason to get up in the morning. Prospect, prospect, prospect. And I don't care how you do it, which lane you've chosen, whether it be door knocking, cold calls, business to business, clubbing. I call it clubbing. Being part of clubs where that's all that you do is prospect in that club. Whatever it may be, are you prospecting for 2 hours uninterrupted a day? In fact, when you are prospecting, I would encourage you to turn your phone off or turn it into airplane mode so you're not disrupted by notifications. 2 hours uninterrupted. Have you asked for a referral today? Another question. Pretty simple. Did you ask for a referral today? And rather than saying, do you have somebody that you'd refer to me, is I need your help. When you say that, people want to help you. I really need your help. I really need your help. I've got a new listing and I need to find a buyer for. I'm struggling in the game of real estate. It's been slow, as you probably have heard. I need some help. Do you know of anybody that I should be talking to? Is there anybody that you know that I should know? Ask for a referral. Did you book a tour today? Did you show a property today? Another question, yes or no. Did you book a CMA in person or online? Online. This is a real hack. This is how you save a ton of energy, a ton of time. In fact, I would encourage you in most cases to do an online CMA before you do an in-person CMA. It's kind of a two-step. Either that or they come to your office, but this is a technique that I'm going to share with you later in the course as well, how to be known as the chosen versus the chump. And I went on so many listing appointments that I should have never gone on, thousands of them, in fact. And I'll share that throughout our course as well. But in money hours, in Randy money hours, I probably have lost close to $6 to $7 million. Yes, you heard that right. $6 to $7 million going on appointments that I should have never gone on because I didn't know if I was the chosen or the chump before I showed up. So we're going to go through a series of that as well. So did you have a listing appointment today, online or in person? Door knocking, it's not for everybody, but this is just another one of the questions. And you can change out a question for something else, but it is about the accountability of doing it. Door knock, 20 homes. Have you had a coffee or lunch in public? Are you branding yourself? Do people know that you're in business? First of all, do they know you're in business? Are you dressed for success? Do you smell pretty? Are you ready to rock and roll if somebody asked you? Are you ready? And so being in public at a coffee shop or having lunch, even solo, is really, really worthwhile. But I would prefer you be with somebody, either a past client, a present client, a future client, or a business owner that you're collaborating with, that you're trying to help bring them some business, and you're serving them. And in turn, the law of reciprocity will return to you and you'll get some business from them. But this is really, really important. By the way, I brand myself. My vehicle is branded. I brand my clothing. I am branded. People know that I'm a realtor without me saying I'm a realtor. And by the way, should you introduce yourself as a realtor? I say no. How many thousands of realtors are in your marketplace? Do you want to be seen as just another realtor? Because the moment you say I'm a realtor, they've now painted you with a brush of thousands. I would come up with some phraseology that says it is different. And everything that we do in this course is going to be about how can you share, say, do it different than the thousands, the masses of others, because when you're the masses, you get lumped into that. So if somebody asked me what I did, I would say I work in the real estate space. That would be one way I respond. I respond many different ways, but it's rare that I say that I'm a realtor because I don't want to be seen as like all the rest. So I work in the real estate space, or I help people create legacy. There are many different ways of saying that you work in the game of real estate. Did you do something intentional as far as networking today? And that could be in that coffee shop again. That could be Eventbrite events. Listen, jump on Eventbrite, find an event that you think potential prospects could be at. It's all about real estate, or it's something to do with, building legacy, one of those components, and then go to the event. Many of them are free and you're going to meet people. And then guess what? You get to add people to your database. Add 2 people to your database. Your database is probably has some attrition in it. My database has attrition. There's people that come and then they go for various reasons. I need to be continually adding to my database. And the database is so important. We'll get into the database as well. And then have you sent at least 5 video texts, note cards, or some sort of encouragement or gratitude to somebody that you've bumped in, that you've met, that you thought of. And by the way, when you think of somebody, when somebody comes to your mind, that is a sign from the universe to say they right now are screaming your name because they need you. Think of it that way. When a name comes to your mind, that is a person that's saying, I need you. I need you to help me in real estate. I need you to help me in something. That is your cue to reach out. I do it all the time. A name comes to my mind. I either text, video text, call. I always do something. So really, really important. When you hear that name in your voice, that voice in your head saying, call so-and-so, or reach out to so-and-so, or that person is on my mind, reach out to them. Okay, and this is a big one. I've had a few people share this with me. There's times when I'm with my twin brother and we both walk and talk a little bit differently, but walk and talk like you're a business owner. Walk and talk like you're a business owner. What does that mean? Well, you walk with some authority. You walk with grace. You walk with encouragement and gratitude, and you help people. You open doors for people. You're generous with the way you carry yourself. Walk, talk, and act like a business owner. Oh, so important. How did you eat today? Did you eat well? Did you hydrate well? This is so, so important. Eating and hydration are really important. And of course, exercise. You gotta get the endorphins going. They make everything work in your world. So another one of the 25 questions. These aren't hard. And have you screenshotted your calendar to your accountability coach? Now, this one got my team all the time. I'd say, screenshot me your calendar. That'll really tell me what you're up to. That'll tell me what your next 30, 60, 90 days will look like if you're screenshotting your calendar to me. Would you screenshot your calendar to me right now? Would you be accountable to that? Because that's going to be a telltale of where you're at. Screenshot your calendar. Big deal. So once you've submitted these, of course, this is where the value comes in. This is where it really comes together. The trust in yourself and the accountability that you're holding yourself to will change your life. It will change your business. It will change your bank account. It will change your family's life. And so this accountability checklist is going to be so important. And we're going to send this out to everybody who's enrolled in the coaching program every day. And what we want you to do is we want you to answer as many yeses as you can, honestly, of course. There's no point in cheating because that's not trustworthy, is it? That's not holding you accountable and trustworthy. So answer them, in a trustworthy way, because that's the only way it's going to benefit you. And we're going to measure these daily, weekly, monthly, and yearly. And we're going to have a leaderboard that is going to allow you to see where you are on the leaderboard in comparison to others. A little bit of friendly competition. It's always good. My team, gosh, whenever I put it to a team or a group of agents that I was coaching, it always worked better when there was friendly competition. So things that are really important to me to make sure that you're leaning in, of course, is you got to have skin in the game. And we're going to talk a little bit about the cost of this coaching program in a bit. It's very, very reasonable, but you got to have skin in the game. You got to trust in who you are. You got to hold yourself accountable. And then you got to measure yourself. Measuring is everything. And measure yourself against others too is one of the best ways to do it. So that's what we're going to do. And then, of course, we're going to build community here at the Performance Masterclass, the Recess Performance Masterclass. And we're going to build a real sense of community. We're going to come together. Collaboration is the new currency, and that is who we are here. I can't wait to get this community revved up and having success in their business, not their career. We're going to go through some other things, of course, throughout the course of the year. We're going to talk a lot about mindset. Mindset is everything. And so mindset is so, so important to having a successful business. Man, I worked on this for years and years, and I'm still working on my mindset because I know the power of my mind is incredible. The power of your mind is everything. And then we've got to communicate. So the art of communication, that's another course that we're going to be running here over the course of the year. And taking something that is complicated and simplifying it. Oh my goodness, when you can do that, people will get in line to follow you and to listen to you and to work with you. And we're going to walk through how do we communicate and what do we communicate in the art of communication. AI is such a great big piece of what real estate is doing today. And I've got an awesome partner in this. Phil Stringer is his name. He's one of the best I know in the game of real estate when it comes to AI. A young mind, a brilliant mind. And we're running a course actually coming up in Vancouver. If you're in the Vancouver market in early July, July 9th, I've got Phil coming up to do a working session, but we're going to bring Phil into our platform here of the masterclass and walk through how to crush the real estate business with AI. And so that's Phil Stringer. And then the fishing hole concept. I don't know if there's any fishermen out there or if you've gone fishing. My father took me fishing all the time, and gosh, he always knew where to go to find the fish. He'd say, Randy, do you want to go fishing? And I'd go, yeah, because I knew I was coming home with a fish. And so he just knew where the fishing holes were, where the fish were going to be biting, what lure and what hook to use. And so what I want to do when it comes to real estate is help you understand, what are you looking for? What is the fish that you want to fish for? Because different fish are in different areas, different fishing holes. Different fish require different lures or different hooks, different rods. So many ways to use this analogy to help us understand where we need to go, what we need to look for in the fishing holes. And here's the most important part. When you know what you're fishing for and where the fish are and what hook, lure, and rod to use, it often means money in the next 30, 60, 90 days. Let me help you fill up your bank account in the next 30, 60, 90 days with the fishing hole concept and course that we're running. The fishing hole concept. Social media. Wow, social media is such a big piece of it. And I have a fairly good handle, but I'm also going to bring in some special guests on social media as well. And so we're going to give you some great tools, resources, and structure to build your social media out. if you need some help with that. And of course, this is what we want the end to be. We want you to feel that you're at home, that you've got a trusted group of individuals here. And most importantly, when you come home, and my dog, his name was Charlie. I don't know what your dog's name is, but when you come home and Charlie is there, or your dog is there, the comfort, the joy, doesn't matter what's happened in that day, you've got that. This is what we want the Recess Performance Masterclass to be about. We want you to know that we've got your back, that we are your best friend when it comes to leveling up your game. That is what we want. And that's what I want. And most of all, I want you to be the chosen one in every situation when it comes to real estate. You are the chosen one. You are the trusted one. You are the one that people reach out and say, I need your help because you're doing such a good job. So with that in mind, the Performance Masterclass, here's a QR code. And I want you to put in some Q&A questions. If you have some Q&A questions, we're going to come to that next, but I really wanted you to see this masterclass. I know some of you have joined up. Some of you are still on the fence. Some of you just showed up, which is awesome, which is really, really awesome. I am thrilled whatever stage that you're at, whatever your house looks like, whatever your business looks like, I am thrilled that you're here, and I want to help you level up your business. And so take a picture of this QR code. It's $100 per month or $599 annually, which is really the way to go. $600 for the year to get all of this, which is such a deal. Let me tell you, I've got many many clients in my coaching program that pay me thousands and thousands of dollars. And this is such a bargain. So a little bit of skin in the game, accountability, trustworthiness, and a lot of great coaching. So is there any questions at this point about the accountability checklist, the 25 questions that you're going to get emailed to you every day, that you're going to fill out, that you're going to be measured on a daily, weekly, monthly basis? Any questions? I'm going to stop my screen share here quickly just to come back. Is there any questions out there? Any questions? Anybody have any questions? Maybe, has anybody read this book called Shine? Is anybody excited about learning how to put their goals to use on money and their why on money and learn about their why?
Brandy has asked if the session's going to be shared with everybody after the event.
Anybody that's up to you, Marie. What's your...
I found it weird if I was answering the question that I'd read out, but I will do so.
Yeah.
Yes, it absolutely will be. So everybody who's registered, if you found a link and didn't register, make sure you email marketing@recess.com and we'll send you through the recording as well.
Awesome. Hey, with a thumbs up or yes, I got great value out of this. Yes, I'm excited about the masterclass. Yes, I'm excited about holding myself accountable. Like if you can say yes, that you're excited about being accountable to yourself, wow, that's a huge win in itself. You've already mastered today in that case.
We've just got another question. Raymond's asked how the coaching side of things works.
Great question. So the coaching side of things is we're going to be every 2 weeks, we're going to be hosting a webinar where we're going to be bringing new information, new material, new coaching, and we're going to be running series. So the first bit, we're going to be really diving deep into this accountability piece, this trust piece, this accountability piece, just to make sure that it starts to get some traction, because this is the foundation. And from there, we'll move into the art of communication, the fishing hole, AI, social media, just a whole host of other coaching programs that I've built and taught over the years, and Realtor Collective concept, bringing in special guests. In fact, we would want some of these guests to come from our platform here. If you're a Recess member and you think you can bring value in sharing with others how you're having success in the game of real estate, I want you to reach out to me. I want you to share how you're having success, because this is how we all grow. And this is really the sense of community. So we're going to have other courses that we're going to run, other coaching programs we're going to be running, as well as having incredible guest speakers, agents, top producers, up and comers. See, a lot of the best stuff is from the up and comers, not from the top producer, because the top producer got there and now they're on cruise control in a lot of cases. It's the up and comers that are making a difference, that are really bringing the new way of doing real estate in a way that is like, oh my goodness, I never thought of that. So we love to have up and comers on our platform as well, on our coaching platform as well. And then I'm going to bring in some special guests that are other coaches, other thought leaders, other people that are really moving the needle in other industries, because we can learn from others as well. It doesn't have to be real estate. It doesn't have to be people in the real estate space. So that is how we're going to be doing that. I hope that that works for you.
We've had another comment, which says, drowning in expenses right now, but I will be joining up.
You know, I appreciate that you shared that, whoever it is. It is a really challenging market across the globe right now. And I'm speaking with many agents around North America that are all struggling right now. There's only a few markets that are spinning at a pretty good pace right now. Calgary is going well. Edmonton is okay. Saskatoon in Canada. In the States, Florida is doing quite well right now. Texas is still doing well. Some of those states, even Arizona is actually doing quite well. But there's a lot of places that are struggling right now. And so I get that. I get that. I'm going to encourage you, the $50 will, if you sign up for the entire year, the $50 a month, you'll get that back in spades, one of these sessions. In fact, accountability will change that for you. The accountability checklist that you fill out on a daily, weekly, monthly basis will absolutely change the trajectory that you're on. So thanks for sharing. I feel your pain. I understand it, but this will be a well earned $50 that you spend. Yeah.
We have another question from Rick the Realtor. He says, what is the start date? Is it daily or weekly?
Every 2 weeks, and you'll be notified through email. It's going to be on Wednesdays, and we'll kick it off here in a couple of weeks. Unless, Marie, you have other plans, because Marie is helping me administrate some of this. So maybe you've got some other plans. Anything that you'd like to share, Marie?
I just want to touch on the daily side of things, because obviously we went over the daily questions today. As soon as you sign up, you'll be getting an automated email with the daily questions, and it will land with you every single day. And you can do that straight away. So we'll be posting the leaderboard very shortly with the agents who've signed up. We also have an intro set of questions for you, which you can do straight away. So those really help Randy get to know you, and they go over where you're at in your business and your goals, so that we can bring in tailored coaches and tailored content to meet you where you're at. So that will start straight away as well. We also have already started dropping some of the AI content in this group. So my background is marketing, and even I found them very useful. So I recommend going and trying those out as well.
Yeah, thank you so much, Marie. We will be, dropping daily information in the platform, in the community platform. We want you to participate, comment, bring value of whatever you have as well, because there's going to be things that you may be aware of that we're not. So we're excited to build this community. And I see this as a bit of a sleeping giant right now. Let's awake the giant. Let's awake the giant within ourselves, and let's make magic together in the game of real estate.
We have a question from Raymond that says, how do I register? So maybe Randy, you could pop up that QR code again so that
Yeah,
we've got that there for the people who may have missed it.
absolutely. There's the QR code. Yeah, pull out your phone, level up, do it for yourself, do it for your trust meter, your own personal trust meter, do it for your own accountability. Gosh, this is the secret to having success. If you can trust who you are, trust what you're doing, and hold yourself accountable, these are the most challenging things. And then when you do that, everything else gets easy. And of course, we will bring action steps and plans and resources and tools and all that that will, help you in all areas of your real estate business. But this is the foundation. You can't build a house without a foundation. And then you can't build a house without walls and a roof. These are all very, very important components to building your business. And depending on where you're at, maybe you're that first timer, that house that's just ready for the first timer buyer, or that beautiful luxury mansion, but maybe there's something missing. A few pieces are missing to really set off what that mansion could look like. This could be you. Doesn't matter where you're at. Every one of you is going to get value here. And if you lean in, and it's always about you leaning in, we can't spoon feed you. You have to feed yourself. So we'll bring the value. You take it in and you hold yourself accountable. Success will fall all over you. Trust me. By the way, how's my trust meter? What do you guys think? I love this. Well, any more questions, Marie?
We've got no more in the chat. So you've answered them all.
Awesome. Awesome. Everyone, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate your time. I know your time is valuable. So thanks for validating your time, for being here. I appreciate each and every one of you, and I look forward to seeing you here on our platform, in the community, and at these coaching classes. Thank you so much.